All right, everybody, welcome to our Team Empower call. We're so happy to have all of you here and can't wait to have another great call with you guys. So by way of announcements, there's not many this week, just the All Access Challenge Pack. And just so you guys know, I did have somebody ask me this who's not a coach but thinking about being a coach, and she asked, is that just a bad thing now that everybody has access to all of the programs? And I just wanted to share this with you. You might already know, but the reason why Beachbody did this is because they felt like they would have a higher rate of people staying on Shakeology if they didn't have their quarterly Beachbody On Demand fee. And so I've actually seen, I was a little nervous about the price, but I've actually seen more people be excited about it and totally into it than not. So that's kind of the reason why they're doing that. It's a great opportunity for a lot of people. Also, Team Cup, that is coming up. When is the closing date to register for that, Al? That's soon, isn't it?
We have it opened right now.
Next couple days, I believe. So if you're not on a Team Cup team yet, do it. It's totally worth it. Do it. Okay, so.
The 31st is the last day to register.
So Tuesday's the last day. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking about Chalene Johnson just put out her new project, has been creating what she calls a push calendar. They're little planners that she's put together. So I was intrigued by the idea and started researching it. And I decided to try and implement it to see if what all the hype was about. And I honestly can say that I've loved it. I totally have loved it. It has really helped me find, I feel like a lot of my day I have so much to do. And even if I accomplish some of it, by the end of the day, I feel like I failed because there's still so many things on my board back here to do. Or, I'll get a bunch of stuff done on my computer, a bunch of work done, and I'll walk into the kitchen and be like, oh, I still have dishes to do, And so I feel like I've just not accomplished anything when I have. So this system has really helped me stay focused and also find accomplishment in my day. So what we're going to do is make sure you have a pen and a paper. I decided just to go and get one of these cheap 50-cent little spiral notebooks. And I think what I'm going to do if I decide to not order Chalene's things is just to buy a new one of these every month and start fresh. So grab your pen and paper. I know Allie went on search of one. Okay, there it is. Okay, pen and paper. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you 10 areas of your life. And the reason for this is because a lot of times we look at our life and we're like, okay, what are my goals? And it's just too big. It's just big to try and figure out what all of our goals are. So we're going to break it down into 10 areas of our life. And then so you can rate it. We're going to rate it 1 to 10. 10 being pure perfection. I'm a rock star. I couldn't possibly do any better. And 1 being everything's falling apart. I need to do way better. I kind of suck at this. And keep in mind, these numbers are just for you. So you're not going to share them with anybody, so they can be whatever you feel like they are. So be honest with yourself. Okay, so the first area we're going to look at is your physical health. So what that would be, your exercise, your nutrition, taking care of yourself physically, going to the doctor, that kind of stuff. So your physical health, go ahead and rate it 1 to 10. Okay, your next area is going to be your mental well-being. Where are you? How do you feel like you're doing mentally? And kind of, I guess, goes hand in hand with that would be emotionally as well.
How do you judge that? How do you know how to?
Basically, if you had one more thing put on your plate, would everything fall apart? Or would you feel like, okay, I got this, I can do it?
Okay. Am I on my period?
Good question. I would say no, unless you're me and you're on your period every single day of the month. So Okay, the next one is your environment. So your environment is going to be kind of where you spend most of your time, whether it's your home, your classroom, your car, wherever you feel like you spend the most of your time, that would be your environment. And how would you rate how you feel in that environment? So, for example, if you spend most of your time in your car and your car is full of like McDonald's wrappers and crumbs and like all of the stuff you swore your car would never look like, but it does, and it like creates chaos within you when you get in the car, then that would be kind of a low score. But if you have it all vacuumed and clean and you feel good when you go in there, then that would be a high score. So whatever your environment is, what would you rate your environment? Okay, your next area is hobbies, joy, and restoration. Okay, so how do you feel about where you're at with being able to participate in, accomplish, use your hobbies, joy, and restoration? Okay, your next area is going to be romance and love life. Okay, so it's not necessarily how you feel about your husband, because there can be days that you don't really like him very much and other days that he's like can walk on water. So not necessarily about how you feel about him, but how you feel like you're showing up in the relationship. What you are giving, how you're participating, how you're invested in your relationship. Okay, your next area is friends and family. So keep your circle of friends small. So you're not necessarily looking at every single person that you know, all of your challengers, everybody from church, like not necessarily those acquaintance friends, but your close friends, those ones that are kind of a rock in your life. So your friends and your family, so your kids, not your husband, but your kids, your siblings, that kind of stuff, the people that are really important in your life. How would you rate that area of your life? The next area is finances. And, you know, if you were to sit down and do this with your husband, you know, your husband might rate it, you know, an 8 and you might rate it a 4. It's not necessarily right or wrong. It's just how you feel about your financial situation. How secure do you feel? How comfortable do you feel? Do you worry about it? Do you not worry about it? Is it something on your mind? That kind of thing. Okay, the next area is purpose and career. I love listening to Shalene's podcast on this whole topic, and she goes into a whole rant about your purpose in your career and how she feels like the most important thing you can do is raise your family, and how important that job is, and how she said, but there's sometimes people have to work outside of the home, and that's awesome too. And so she really gives props to like both sides of the coin. But she really encourages you to rate how you feel about your purpose and or career, whether motherhood is your career or coaching is your career or whatever it is. How would you rate your purpose and your career? Okay, next is spirituality. So how do you feel about your connection with God? Okay, and last but not least is personal development. How do you feel about developing yourself personally? And I know that we talk a lot about personal development in here, so it's not necessarily like a new concept, but not necessarily personal development just in the business world. But how do you feel about how you have been able to and currently are developing yourself?
I like when she talks about personal development, she calls it get smarter. Like she doesn't she doesn't say personal development, she says get smarter.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that because I feel like it lends to like everything, not just, for some reason when we think personal development, we think Beachbody, which makes sense why we would do that. But I like that term, get smarter.
Totally. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take these 10 areas and you are going to pick out the 1 or 2 that you ranked the lowest, and that is going to be your key priority for the next 90 days. And the reason for that is because that is what you need to focus on to increase the happiness, joy, and contentment in your life. Because that is what you feel and have rated the lowest or the most lacking in finding your balance. So you can pick 1 or 2, but I would say pick the most important. And the example she gives is if you've rated, your physical health and your finances low, but you're 6 months pregnant, I mean, granted, your physical health isn't really going to be changing much. You can't really be doing much to change your physical health in the middle of a pregnancy. So she suggests focusing on then finances. So picking the one that is the lowest, but also the most reasonable in kind of your situation. So now what you're going to do is you're going to write 10 goals, okay? The first 3 goals should be specifically related to that key priority that you just designated, that area that ranked the lowest. So the first 3 should be surrounding that area. Now, keep in mind with these goals, 1, they need to be specific and measurable. You can't just say, get healthy, because you can't measure it. It's not specific. But if you said work out 5 times a week, then that's something that you can measure and is specific. Also, make sure you stretch yourself. Don't necessarily write down a goal that you're already on track to reach. Write down a goal that's going to push you outside of that comfort zone. So go ahead, write those goals out. The first 3 should relate to your top priority, and then the rest of them can be anything as long as they don't take away from reaching your top priority. So for example, if your top priority was health and fitness, one of your goals shouldn't be to eat a chocolate cake because it's going to take away from it.
Do we have to have 10?
Mm-hmm. And what I tried to do if I couldn't come up with 10 is I did look at the other areas of my life that scored a little lower and tried to create a goal around that too. Okay, just let me know when you're done.
I'm done with mine.
Okay.
Your hair looks cute.
Thanks. Super staticky here. It's driving me nuts. All right, Kendra, you done? Okay. Rachel, you done? 1 minute. Okay.
Hey, Sharaya. Maybe.
Hello. Hello. Okay, so what we're going to do is, and this is a little different than, I mean, she talks about it, but I just kind of did it a little different, and this helped me. Okay, so every goal, there's one of 3 things that hold you back from reaching a goal or finding balance in your life. And that is you need more time, more money, or more accountability. So what I'm going to have you go do through these 10 goals is you can either like write a number, write the word. I just use the first letter of every word to write next to it what it is that you need more of to accomplish that goal. So for example, one of my goals is to finish the Jesse Regan training. And for that, I need more time, more accountability. So I wrote a T and an A. So go through and do that with all of your goals.
Do you want to explain to Sharaya what we're doing?
Yes. So what we're doing is we rated there are 10 areas of our life that we rated 1 to 10. 1 being like, I totally suck and I'm not doing it. And 10 being, I'm a rock star, it's perfect, couldn't be any better. Really quickly, I'll tell you those areas. I think you're still here. There you are. Hi. I'll tell you those areas really quickly, and then you can go back when you have time to rate them. And it's physical health, mental well-being, environment, Joy's hobby and restoration, love life, family and friends, finances, purpose and career, spirituality, and personal development, or getting smarter. We rated those 1 to 10, and then wrote, and the one that was the lowest, that rated the lowest, is your key priority for the next 90 days. So what you'll do is you'll take that key priority and write 3 goals to accomplish that key priority, and then the 7 rest of them can be any type of goal that you want it to be. So now we're deciding what we need more of: time, more accountability, or more money. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to tally it. See how many of those goals need more time, how many of those goals need more accountability, and how many of those goals need more money.
Most of mine are totally accountability. So I'm like, wow, I suck.
Right? Like,
holding myself accountable.
I was like shocked because I thought for sure mine would be I needed more time. Like, hands down was sure that's what it was going to be. And mine were, most of them, I needed more accountability.
Yeah.
Totally. So this is where things get a little different with Shalene. So now you're going to create your push goal. This is goal number 11. So now you're going to ask yourself, okay, what can I do to have more, so for me, more accountability? So is for you, how can I find more time or create more time, or how can I make more money?
So whatever your top one was.
Whatever your top one was. So you're going to brainstorm some ideas and pick the one that's going to provide you with the thing that you're lacking. So for example, I needed more accountability. So my brainstorm was to be to bed by 10 and up by 5, so I could have more time, to run a free group around goals and accountability, or to schedule a weekly call with my coach, which I didn't want to do, but that's what I'm doing. Like, that is my push goal, because I know that if I'm held accountable to that phone call, you better believe I'm going to be working on these goals. So that is what my push goal is. So come up with your 11th goal, which is your push goal.
I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
I'm sad because I can't come.
Okay, so with this 11th goal, with this push goal, what it's going to do is going to set into motion. Can you hear my kids fighting? It's so awesome. It's going to set into motion the accomplishment of not just one goal, but several of the goals on your list. One moment. Okay, intermission over. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to have 3 10-minute activities daily. Okay, so 3 daily 10-minute activities that will help you to move towards your push goal. Okay, so it's not like this big, huge to-do, but they're just 3 small little activities that you're going to do daily to help you reach your push goal. So for example, mine were or are making sure that I have my day scheduled, that I do one thing that I can report to my coach, and that I create, well, every day is different. One day is create a list of coaches. The other day is to make sure I get one load of laundry washed, folded, and put away. So they're all different things that will help allow me to then report to my coach that I've done them, okay? So 3 10-minute activities daily that will help you accomplish your push goal. So this is what I've done, and this is kind of like where her planner comes into play, because then it's all kind of, this all is written out for you, all outlined for you. So then I started scheduling, instead of using her planner, I just started writing, like I start at 6 a.m. and go all the way down to 9 is what I do, okay? And so I sat down and wrote 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30, and I scheduled out my entire day. And then I was able to put in there like my work hours. I did, let's see, on this day, I did messages for 30 minutes, training for 30 minutes, comment and posting for 30 minutes. So I actually broke it up instead of sitting in front of the computer and saying, okay, I need to get this done. I literally had it all scheduled out. And then it was, okay, and then for this 30 minutes, I'm going to do the dishes and throw a load of laundry in. For this 30 minutes, I'm going to get the kids ready for school. And so I literally had kind of an outline of my day, and it was like, okay, well, what do I need to be doing now? You know, I need to walk away from these dishes and go do the laundry because that's where I'm supposed to be focusing right now. Or I'm supposed to put down my phone and stop scrolling because I'm sitting in the bathroom scrolling and wasting my time, and go and, you know, do 30 minutes of messages. So really breaking it down into these 30-minute increments. And I mean, I like to leave a little bit of wiggle room in there too, because my kids are a little unpredictable and you never know, like the other day, Indy refused to put her shoes on and was having a big old major meltdown. And I'm like, I'm not taking this child to Costco, even though that's what my calendar says I'm supposed to be doing. It's time to flip it around and change it up. So it's not a set in stone thing, but it allows you to put in those things that you need to be doing to reach that push goal, to kind of find more balance in your day and more productivity in your day. And so there's not kind of those wasted moments. So does that make sense?
So yeah, it does. When you're breaking down your day, I'm just a little confused about, there's like 3 mini goals that go under the push goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
those 3,
not necessarily mini goals, but like, so when I sit down and I look at my day, I ask myself, okay, what are 3 things that I can do today that are just 10 minutes to help me with my push goal? So with my push goal, I'm wanting accountability with my coach. So I'm like, okay, in this day, if I get 30 minutes of my training done, which is one of my goals, if I do 1 complete load of laundry, and I make sure that we have scripture study on this day, then I can, when I have my call with my coach, say, okay, I did, you know, we did have scripture study 5 times a week. I did get a load of laundry done, completed every day of the week, and I did do 30 minutes of training every day this week. So I can be held accountable. If your goal was more time, you know, it would be, okay, so I'm going to get up 10 minutes earlier, or go ahead.
So just all those the 3 daily tasks have to do with your push goal, though, not the 10 goals from above.
Right. Because your push goal should affect all of
the other goals.
Okay. So the other goals, all the 10 goals are involved in my daily tasks because my push goal is the accountability. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So go ahead and schedule out just tomorrow. Schedule your day tomorrow, starting when you wake up and going until I went to 10. Al, do you want to share with us your day for tomorrow?
Wait, we were supposed to do our whole day, or do you mean our 3 mini goals?
Your day.
Oh, I was doing my 3 mini goals.
Okay, what are your 3 mini goals?
I thought you said to do your whole day tomorrow, to schedule out your day for tomorrow, but you meant schedule out your day for tomorrow right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was doing mini goals.
What are your 3 mini goals?
Okay, so my push goal needed to be to find like a goal buddy and talk to them weekly. So, but I don't feel like it can be my husband or my coach probably, or you, because I don't know, I need someone that I feel bad if I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need to find a goal buddy. But my three little goals or whatever, daily tasks. The first one is to schedule my entire day the day before. So before I go to sleep, have my next day scheduled. I feel like I kind of do that in my head, but I don't have anything like on paper. So I like the idea of like scheduling it in segments like you talked about. My second one is to follow my weekly calendar for the day. So I have one of my bigger goals is to have a cleaning system, and I found one. So I just need to make sure I actually do that day's cleaning on that day. So that's my goal there, or my task. And then my third task is to text someone when I've done my training or personal development for the day. So
I like that. That's
right?
great.
Okay.
I think that's really great. And I think that like just taking it one step further and actually scheduling it into your day instead of just saying, "Whoa, when it fits, it fits," will give you like a little more, I mean, at least for me, it gives me a little more peace. It's not so much chaos, like I've got to get to this and I've got to get to that, because multitasking, even though we like to like pride ourselves on like, I can do 15 things at once, we really don't do a very good job. We aren't really built to multitask very well. And so that's where it allows, by scheduling it into your day, it allows you to know like, this is what I'm doing here and this is when I'm ending. And I know that I've accomplished what I needed, like what I could in that time. And now I'm walking away. Now I'm like kind of sitting your business hours type of a thing. So Good job, Al. Okay, Kendra, what does your day look like tomorrow?
Okay, so I've got a planner for this year, and so this works perfect with it. But my biggest issue when I tallied all my things up was time, and it's because I'm a time waster, I think. And so my push goal was to get up, and that's always been a lifelong struggle, is to get up by 6. I can't do 5 yet, but 6 is pushing me. So to get up by 6, put my phone in a different room, and I actually scheduled times from 9 a.m. to 1, and then from 8:30 p.m. until midnight, like phone in another room. And then I put the same thing as having someone to hold me accountable, because time and accountability were my number one. So tomorrow I put get up in caps. Laundry, that's funny that Lacey, you have laundry, because I actually I could show you the whole month of January. I have laundry every morning in my planner. So get up, laundry, workout, scripture, phone away, and then midday. So my planner is scheduled morning, midday, and evening. So midday is schedule posts for my upcoming group, Jesse's training, send messages, and then evening is so one of this is just like a sub goal, but it was to have the kids do their chores on Friday, because Saturdays are not working because basketball just took over our life. So we're going to try Friday nights. So that's pretty much my day tomorrow. So
I like that. That's excellent. The one thing I would suggest with the midday stuff and like your work, and it's simply because I fail at this miserably all the time, but I can see the benefit in it, is giving yourself like a time frame. Like, how much time are you going to do Jesse's training? How much time are you going to devote to messages? So that it's not like you get sucked into messages and then all of a sudden all of your time's gone and you're like, crap, I didn't do the other things I was planning on doing. But if you set your timer and you're like, I've done 30 minutes of messages, the rest of them are going to have to wait till tomorrow, and that's okay.
Okay.
Now I'm moving on to my next task, kind of a thing, like giving yourself an ending time so you can put all of the stuff in there that you want to. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Good job, Kendra. All right, Miss Erin, what does your day look like tomorrow?
Well, we're painting my daughter's room tomorrow and my husband's home. So if I just wrote like mass chaos, like this is over it. So it should be. I like this too. I got his planner that's super, like, has all it's perfect for this. And I didn't get it all filled in, as you can see, but I will. I know this is going to work really well for me, but accountability was my main thing, and time's a close second, but no. Just hold on a second. So I had down the call with you. Lacey will be very helpful. I've already done the stuff you asked me to do. So like that worked in one day. So, no, back over there. And then also for accountability and to try to post more frequently, I'm going to share on my page. Like, what am I doing? I'm trying to go to bed early. I'm trying to get up, and I'm going to just like share that journey with them, which helps me to get posting more frequently and stay accountable. So I have in here on the, where I'll post, like when I will share on my page. So after my workout, I will post right then, which I'm going to try to have in the morning tomorrow because Dave is home. I'm going to try to do that. Do my miracle morning in the morning. I just finished that book. So I think that like this, it's like a key thing that will transform all my goals because I'll have more sleep and I'll be up earlier. And then I have down wash face and go get in bed at like 10, like do it and make my list for tomorrow. Like Allie said right before then. And laundry's on there too. And then I'm planning my messaging, which takes me the longest. I think that and like crafting my posts, they're such a time suck for me. I don't do that quickly. So I have that during like nap time. And my youngest has stretched his naps. They're longer now. So I put that during that time. And then the social team builder training is there too. Like I said, his nap is longer. Right now where I'm at the beginning, I can kind of listen to what they're saying while I'm doing something else. So I've done that with like dishes tonight. I don't know if it will always be that way, like if I'm going to be like taking notes or what, but right now I can kind of listen to some of it. So, and I'll fill in the rest, I promise, because I like this a lot.
That's awesome. Great job, Erin. I love that. Okay, Rachel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What's your day look like?
I didn't get my day planned out.
Okay.
But I'll share my other stuff. So my push goal is to get organized because as I looked at my 10 goals, I'm like, this is all happening because I'm running around like a crazy person, not organized. So my 3 activities, I'm going to do a schedule because I think that will help me. Just like everything you said, I was like, yes, that needs to be a part of my life. One of them is to just tidy up the house at the end of the day. Because a lot of times by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted, we just go to bed and then wake up to a cluttered house. And so I'm going to try to just clean my house a little at the end of the day. Anyway. And then just to have more family time, like away from TV. We tend to just veg. By the time we both get home from work, we just veg in front of the TV. So those are my 3 little activities. But I think just getting organized and really planning out what I'm doing when is going to help me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great job. That's really great. So if you guys have any questions about it or if it's unclear, you can totally listen to Shalene's podcast. She goes over all of this and she's like a million times better at explaining it than I am. But I can say what's worked for me, and it won't necessarily be the same for everybody, is I plan my entire week. It's like meal planning. It kind of sucks up front. It takes time, but come the rest of the week, it's like a lifesaver. You know, it just changes everything. And like I mentioned before in our live video and earlier in the call, is that by the end of the day, I feel after following my schedule, and like I said, sometimes I'm spot on and sometimes it's like a hot mess and I totally miss the mark. But for the most part, by the end of the day, I feel accomplished and I feel content with what I've been able to do, instead of feeling like when I wake up in the morning, oh, I haven't had enough sleep. And by the time I go to bed, oh, I haven't gotten enough done. Like we're always like, I haven't. But this has allowed me to focus on what I have been able to accomplish. and celebrate it and feel confident with it, as well as allowed me to use my time more wisely and help me focus on the areas that I didn't even realize that I needed to focus on. And for me, it was accountability. That was a total surprise for me. So what you need to do with this is the beginning of every month or every 30 days. So I'm going to keep these goals until March 1st. And then you reevaluate at the beginning of the new month. You rate those 10 areas of your life. You rate out 10 new goals. And your push goal may be the same. It may be different. You may be needing more time instead of accountability. It will change. But this allows you to make 90-day goals and chunk them into 30-day successes instead of it feeling so big and overwhelming and like you never are able to accomplish anything. So that's what I've been able to do. I hope that it's as helpful for you guys as it has been for me, because it really kind of is a game changer, just like meal planning. It really kind of changes the look of everything. So do you guys have any questions, thoughts, comments, ideas, anything?
Really good. I like this.
Thanks. I thought of it myself. Not really. So, all right, you guys, it's been great. I'm looking forward to next Thursday when we talk, hearing about how this has gone for you, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what you've tweaked, what has been an epic fail, a total victory, whatever it may be, because everybody is different. This has worked for me. I hope that it works for you, and I'm looking forward to talking about it next Thursday to see kind of what your experiences have been. So thank you for being here, and go plan the rest of your week because it makes a difference. So, all right. Bye, guys.
See ya.